Search still underway off San Diego's coast after a Navy helicopter crash, and now we're learning about additional sailors who were injured in the incident. A marathon 15-hour board meeting, the county resolution to declare COVID misinformation a public health crisis, passing on a split vote. Why some supervisors say they voted against it. And crews say they lucked out with the weather, but Tahoe still in danger. The latest on firefighters' efforts, and with the city deserted, some of the strange sights on the ground. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Search continues for the missing sailors aboard the helicopter that crashed about 70 miles off the coast of San Diego. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell is live from NAS North Island. Marie, you have learned there were other sailors who were injured in this incident.
Yeah, Jim, we've also learned that the helicopter was operating on the deck before the crash. The Navy saying 5 additional sailors that were on board that carrier during the time of the incident were injured. So this gives us a better idea about what was happening before this crash. But again, the search continues for the missing sailors. Search and rescue efforts continue, with crews working to find the 5 sailors who have been missing since Tuesday night after the helicopter they were in crashed off the coast of San Diego. The Navy says the crew is from the helicopter Sea Combat Squadron 8, which is based in San Diego and embedded with the USS Abraham Lincoln, which is stationed at NAS North Island. Crews were able to rescue 1 sailor who is now being treated and listed in stable condition. Former Navy pilot Jim Kidrick says it's a positive sign crews were able to find the sailor quickly.
It would tell you that they had the location of the crash, which is certainly very, very important, that they didn't have to do the initial search mode.
He also says crews prepare extensively for situations like this, focusing on water survival training.
They actually have a helicopter simulator that we go through as if you were in the back of the helicopter in the main fuselage area, teaching you the techniques on how to get out of the helicopter. Because there are some real basics when the helicopter goes to the surface, goes to the water.
Kidrick adds, as more information becomes available, the Navy will use that to guide their search and rescue efforts. Now, as the search continues, the Navy also says the investigation to what led to this crash is also underway. Jim?
And Marie, just to make that point again from the latest information out from the Navy, they're talking about 5 other sailors, aside from those on the crew on the helicopter, being injured on the aircraft itself, on the aircraft carrier itself, as part of this incident. It would suggest that this crash may have happened on the carrier itself.
Well, Jim, I think this gives us a better idea about how close the helicopter was to the carrier. But again, this is all part of the investigation that we will continue to follow.
All right, Marie Cornell reporting live for us. Marie, thank you very much. And this is the latest dangerous military mishap in Southern California involving San Diego service members. Earlier this summer was the 1-year anniversary of that deadly training incident off of San Clemente Island. 8 Marines, 1 sailor were killed last year when their amphibious vehicle took on water in a ship-to-shore operation. Their families filed a lawsuit against that vehicle's manufacturer. And in 2019, a Marine was killed in a rollover crash at Camp Pendleton. That also happened during training. 6 others were injured in that incident. And we're going to continue to monitor this situation as it develops, and you can get the latest updates and more with our 10 News smartphone app. Well, 15 hours, that's how long board members debated and the public weighed in before a decision to declare COVID misinformation a public health crisis in San Diego. That decision came a little before midnight last night at the County Board of Supervisors meeting. The meeting started at 9 yesterday morning. Resolution put forward by Chairman Nathan Fletcher aims to direct county resources to putting up coronavirus information that counters what the county deems misinformation.
So much of what we're facing today is derived because people are believing things that are not scientifically valid, that medical advice shows you does not work. And so for all of those reasons, as a board, we're here today to consider our efforts that we have to do in an attempt to try and protect our community.
Resolution will tap local medical professionals to help develop messaging for new platforms and websites. 2 board members voted against the resolution, one of them saying shifting medical advice makes it difficult to discern between sound advice and misinformation. Well, today marks 2 weeks to go until California's gubernatorial recall election. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie was on a call with Larry Elder today, one of the Republican candidates who appears to be leading the list of options to replace Governor Gavin Newsom if he is recalled.
Our latest ABC 10 News Survey USA polling shows a close race is likely. And right now, conservative radio talk show host Larry Elder is in the lead as voters' top Republican choice to replace Governor Gavin Newsom if he's removed from office. Elder is one of 24 Republicans on the ballot. Some of his critics call him an anti-vaxxer, which he says he's not.
I'm not anti-vax. I've been vaccinated because of my age, because of a blood condition I have, and my doctor strongly advised me to become vaccinated. So I'm not at all against vaccines, and I think people in high-risk categories, people who are older, ought to be vaccinated. But I certainly don't believe that the government should mandate that people be vaccinated.
Elder did say he opposes all vaccine mandates, though, and said today he would repeal them if elected. But what could a Republican governor accomplish in a blue state with a Democratic supermajority in both the Assembly and the Senate? It turns out, potentially a great deal, thanks to executive orders and emergency authority. According to California's Emergency Services Act, the governor has the authority to suspend any state law or regulation and spend money from any state fund to address said emergency. Everything from stay-at-home orders, vaccine mandates for state employees and school staff, wildfire emergencies, and Elder has said if elected, he would declare a homeless emergency. Anything put in place by executive order, though, can be reversed the same way. Democrats can vote to end an emergency declaration. A governor can also appoint judges unilaterally in California, but health officers and others have to be confirmed, which could prove difficult for a Republican governor to pull off. Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Well, this morning, flames from the Caldor Fire, described as being 100 feet high, are now just miles from Lake Tahoe. Firefighters say they're getting lighter winds, though, than expected today, which should help, but Tahoe is still in danger. 24 helicopters and 3 air tankers have arrived to help with water drops. Almost 500 homes have been destroyed so far. One firefighter says he never expected this area to be threatened by wildfire.
The erratic winds, the terrain, the dry weather, it's just done stuff I've never would have ever believed would have happened.
Take a look at this. With Tahoe deserted and the fire ripping through the surrounding forest, the conditions leading to some strange sights here. Bears and other animals spotted wandering into parts of the city that you usually would not see them. So far, the Caldor Fire is at 20% containment. Well, new video overnight from the Kabul airport. Millions of dollars worth of military equipment and weapons left behind a day after the U.S. withdrawal. President Biden defending the decision to stick to the deadline to leave as efforts continue to get people out of Afghanistan. ABC's Faith Abube has more.
President Biden addressing critics in a fiery speech defending the U.S. troop withdrawal and chaotic evacuation from Afghanistan.
There is no evacuation from the end of a war that you can run without the kinds of complexities, challenges, and threats we faced. None.
The president calling the massive U.S. airlift an extraordinary success. The operation evacuating tens of thousands, including 5,500 U.S. citizens. However, up to 200 Americans who wanted to leave remain in the country. President Biden assuring them they are not forgotten.
Since March, we reached out 19 times to Americans in Afghanistan with multiple warnings and offers to help them leave Afghanistan. We remain committed to get them out if they want to come out.
Among those left behind, Michael, a green card holder from Delaware, teaching in Afghanistan. He says he tried multiple times to catch an evacuation flight, but conditions at the Kabul airport were too dangerous.
I feel like, all my life that I've lived in the United States, the U.S. has turned their back on me, and ignored me.
Also unable to escape, an Afghan interpreter, his wife and children. As first reported by the Wall Street Journal, he helped rescue then Senator Biden when a helicopter he was on made an emergency landing in 2008 during an Afghan snowstorm.
Please do not forget me and my family, and please find a way and get me out.
With the U.S. troops gone, new video shows the Taliban celebrating at a mock funeral, holding caskets draped with American and NATO flags.
Faith Abube, ABC News.
Going to go to breaking news now. One student injured after a shooting at a high school in North Carolina this morning. I want to show you a live picture here. This is at Mount Tabor High School. It went on lockdown around 10 this morning. Police say they were able to secure the campus, but officers have yet to find a suspect. Police say all other students are safe. Many other schools in the area also under lockdown right now, and we'll keep close watch on this.